Alright, that's us now also live. So, and just in time as Tom appears, it's almost like this was entirely planned and all worked. I'm amazed with you guys. I'm so proud of you. Okay then, so as I kind of mentioned beforehand, this session today may be a slightly shorter stream, or episode. The reason being, the idea of this one is to kind of wrap up where we are, ready for the B-Team stuff next week. So what we'll do is we'll finish up what we're doing now. I'm not going to rush you or anything, we've got plenty of time. We'll finish up what we've done here, divide up loot, if you get any. And just go from there, and then I'll do a little introduction to the B-Team stuff as well, and what I've got planned. And once I've gone through everything I want to go through in this session, a lot of the crypticness around the B-Team will make more sense. I kind of promise. So, a recap of last week. So what did you do last week? We didn't do anything. The C-Team didn't die, nearly. Week before that, however, so what did we do? So following our group's adventures through through Corvin Castle, they continued to explore this strange underground, almost crypt-like system that they had discovered via the hidden entrance in the Baron's chambers down into down into the belly of Corvin Castle. After exploring several laboratory environments, finding Talia's lab, finding the Baron and Baroness's lab as well, a sleeping creature posing as the Baron, which later turned out to be a doppelganger, and slaying it. And multitude of other things, basically crawling through the dungeon until reaching the giant ominous doors that read in neon signs, Boss Room. Complete with stacked health potions and save points outside. Defeating the door's guardians, two magically created helmed horrors, our adventurers burst into this strange, almost temple-like room, too big to be a room really, big, underneath the cavern. People don't actually know how big, because you haven't seen the other end of it yet, as far as I'm aware. Yep. Encountering a very arrogant and cocky Baroness, as she mentioned a few plans for you, and that she was very disappointed that you guys had turned up so early. As the Baron himself, Alexander Somova, stepped out of the shadows wearing his full regal plate mail, wielding a dark obsidian saber, taunted you into combat, and battle ensued. A fierce battle was fought, quite close actually. Looking at the current health bars, especially for Anos. A fierce battle was fought. Where
fine.
He's fine. He's got one arm hanging off, blood hanging down his face. A fierce battle was fought in which our adventuring band managed to defeat Baron Rasova. Ilyana Rasova, the Baroness, in her stealthy, greater invisibility form, attempted to flee the scene as this happened, but quick-witted and fast-scathed the rogue launched a bag of flour at her as she ran away, coating her in flour. The party very quickly and very, very evilly... Am I the only one hearing that? I'm hearing...
I heard it too.
Sorry, that might be mine. Sorry.
It really confuses me.
In the middle of a recap. Really?
Throwing flour over Baroness Rasova, relatively revealing her form. The party descended upon her in a bloody massacre, dismembering, gutting, slitting throats, stabbing through. It was horrible. There's blood and flour everywhere. Ugh. And
I just want to put one thing out. She
yes.
deserved it. She poisoned us and put us in cages. She deserved it.
I didn't say that neither of these two people deserved what you did to them. I'm just saying it was fucking brutal. You can bake a cake if you want, Manos. Maybe Talia would eat it.
Yeah.
Skave's peace offering.
You could have fed it to Arthur if you hadn't killed him.
Yeah. Poor Arthur. He didn't do anything wrong. And that is pretty much where we left off. So we had a very, very quick end to the session last time, where I had to unfortunately scoot off into the night to do IT things. So pretty much where we're going to bring back in is
Nathan's a vampire.
Moving on. Where we're going to bring in is literally as Baroness Ileana Rosova falls to the ground in basically what is a bloody batter mix, and that is where we are. So you guys, Logan has assisted you in defeating the Baron, though doing so very hesitantly. I've got the background music. Very hesitantly. But Ileana lays dead at your feet. The Baron, the cold, stiffening, cold, already growing cold corpse of the great General Alexander Rosova lies, but 20 feet from where you currently stand. What would you like to do?
Decapitated, as I remember correctly.
I believe Jomp with a very acrobatic stab to the face and kick to the head did also decapitate the Baron, as his head's probably about 5 foot in some direction.
Pretty cool.
So, guys, what do you want to do? No, not long rest.
Does the darkness dissipate after they're dead?
So the as
better.
the Baron fell, the claustrophobic area and aura that you'd felt kind of concealing your every movement down here in the temple dissipated a bit. It's still there, but it did definitely lessen.
All right. So I'm gonna go over.
Just
Get
take
my
out some of my stuff.
Okay.
and then
Is-
try to. Still can't really see.
Yeah, the light's only got about 20-foot radius.
Light a bit more.
I quickly give Ranos a potion of healing.
And I'm
I quickly drink the potion. How much is it again?
2d4 plus 2.
I have. Wait, because I got
Yeah.
knocked unconscious before I was about to go and do things.
gonna walk this way just a little bit.
Okay.
I'm just
Is
gonna
the
go
Baroness a vampire? Can we tell?
follow the wall.
You make me a investigation check, Ranos.
Yeah, I'm gonna make it 1 too.
Mm-hmm.
If I'm allowed.
Also, I'm giving John a
Sheet.
potion.
Yeah, sure. Okay.
Investigation.
John takes the potion,
Probably-
pockets it, but doesn't drink it yet.
He never drinks them on time.
Never takes his medicine. Okay, so Ranos and Skaith, you kind of look over and you kind of think the easiest way to tell is, does she have fangs? No fangs. Doesn't look like a vampire. Looks human, from what you can tell.
Johanna.
Hmm?
Can you prepare dead for the next day? Speak with dead.
Yeah. Like tomorrow, but yes.
That would be
You try to
very
talk
useful,
to
I
her.
think.
Why would we talk to her? She's a complete. I mean, we already
Could-
know she's evil.
She could tell
She
us
wouldn't tell
about
us anything anyway.
her daughter, or maybe
She
about
wouldn't tell us
the
anything.
curse. How do you know?
Her daughter can tell us about her daughter.
Because we just brutally murdered
She's still
her.
alive.
She wouldn't tell us anything.
Where?
I don't think the dead care much.
It depends.
We'll try.
But we'll try.
Johanna, do you have detect evil or undead?
I don't know. It already feels better. I think I'm just very, very tired. But I can try. It's pretty much the only thing I can do before I fall asleep again. But I can try.
Why don't you heal? That might confirm these kills. And I stab her again. Just make sure.
Okay. I'm gonna lean on Skaith just so I just have a bit of strength going on while I do my last spell.
Yeah,
Logan.
I'll hold her up.
Are you okay?
I hold
Like-
my symbol with the other hand.
Logan kind of he looks at you for a second. You can kind of see gaunt dark circles around his eyes. You can kind of like a weariness, a tiredness, fatigue is setting around him, and he just looks at you, says nothing, and just looks back to the corpse of his once friend. Doesn't say anything. Johanna, you send out an aura of divine sense, and you don't immediately feel anything evil around you. Evil or, well, yeah, you don't detect any evil around you.
I think.
There's a limited range.
Yeah, nothing.
Within 30 feet of you, you don't find anything evil.
Well, at least.
Let's
And
go.
Logan, I'm very sorry for your loss of what you thought they were, if they were at that any point. I know it's hard,
He just nods.
but the
says
evil that they
nothing.
were is definitely not here anymore.
He inhales deeply. Still saying nothing, he just sits in quiet contemplation. Kneels. And you can see, even from his posture, he is. This entire ordeal has been very draining, very fatiguing to him, and he's kind of. He's not a young fella, but even so, it weighs heavily upon him as he just kind of droops low, saying nothing.
You're a very good man, Logan. Thank you. And then I sit on the floor, like just dragging, like kind of pulling on Skaith's arm as I just drop.
I say, Johanna, let's just bring you closer to the other body first. Let's see.
Let me get up again.
No, I tried to carry her. I'm really weak, so I can't really do it. Like, just trying to move her.
That's fine. No.
And I walk over to the Baron's body with Johanna.
Ooh. What's with the vision?
I'm just fixing
Wow.
it now. You can still see it. You can now as you're having these conversations, the dark aura that kind of surrounded this entire area seems to lift somewhat and dissipate. The edges of your vision are still difficult to fathom, but the entire area is getting a bit better. Nira, the radius on your light spell, is it 40, 20? Or is it 30? Sorry.
It's the same as a torch.
So 30.
It's just it produces light as a torch.
There you go. So you should be able to see a bit better now.
Thank you. Yep, that's really good.
Johanna.
Alright.
Can you put the Baron's head in the bag of holding? We might need it as evidence. And I'm thinking maybe light could damage it. So we
I'll
should
put
keep it
everything in the
dark.
bag of holding. Can we just take everything?
Johanna, do you
As
detect...
as you move towards, as you're having this conversation, Logan looks up and says, "Please, give me some time."
Okay, maybe not
Of
everything.
course.
Not just yet.
You know what needs to be done eventually. We'll give you space.
So, Nira, as you inspect this large stone altar before you, you can see very similar to the experimental tables and the lab tables that you saw in the labs. Strange enough, there are again shackles and bindings up around this altar, and you can see several streaks of dried blood coat the altar as well. The arcane sigils, you're not quite sure. You've not really come across them before. From what you can make out, this seems to be some kind of sacrificial altar. Though,
I'm gonna
Yep.
I was gonna say I'm gonna sketch them into my journal so I can look them up later.
Okay, doke.
It's like reference research.
Johanna, do you detect anything from the body still?
Do I? Was it the same as before?
You don't detect anything in your immediate vicinity.
No, it's both of them. They're both gone.
However, you do feel just to the south a tingling.
Oh. Who's down there? Tell me, be careful. There's something.
Detect
Is
evil
it
is
the-
not always objects or people.
Is it? There's a. I
Sorry,
don't know. It feels.
Yeah.
Well, there's a creepy looking Ulta down here that has blood all over it. So
Nira, what do you make of the sigils?
I can't really tell what they are. I've never seen them before, but I gather that they're probably some kind of sacrificial something. I don't know. Maybe Johanna can come down here and look for me.
Coming.
Can I take a look as well?
Coming very slowly.
You can make a Arcana check if you want to.
I'm going to come and make a religion check, I think. I'm just going to pretend I'm walking slowly. There we are.
Nah.
Nothing more for you. However, you do very similar to the sacrificial altar that you're now looking at is on a raised stepped platform, and
Come on.
standing in front of it, or just ahead of it, you can see another dark purple and black dais, similar to what you saw in the entrance hallway, which I'm pretty sure you can all see.
Yeah.
Which you previously identified as being the symbol of the cult of Shah, the evil goddess of the night and darkness. So,
Is it,
go on. Sorry,
Johanna, is it within your power to dispel places of evil gods or consecrate this in the name of Helm instead of Shah or something like this?
No, even if I could, not today, I can't. I am literally exhausted. I think I could, I don't know, remove curse or something, but maybe if it's a curse or dispel, but not till tomorrow.
Johanna, make me a religion check. Another one.
Another one.
Yeah, that was for something else.
Okay. See where it's going to be completely as bad.
Double 20s.
Double nat.
That's pretty
20.
incredible.
So you got a nat 1 and 2 nat 20s within 4 rolls. Yay! Okay, so as Ranos asked you this question of can you consecrate this place, so that the feeling that you were receiving before, the tingling of evil, is that this is some kind of unholy, desecrated area. This altar and also the symbol of Shah before you. You have come across you have read, you've studied this kind of stuff, and you know that clerics with enough time and putting enough energy into it, it's not always an instant thing, but can consecrate these types of places and remove their evil taint around. So it's probably it's something you possibly could do if you tried and spent some time on it. I mean like quite a few days at least.
Yeah, so I'm pretty much going to be camped by this thing for a while, but and I
Take a
probably
few
need to
days
prepare.
rest.
Yeah, I need to prepare before I do, just to make sure I've got everything. That I mean, I need as I practice, but I could do it as long as someone brings me like food
That
and
can be done.
beer.
Sounds good. We all could need a little rest, I think, for a few days.
Okay.
I mean,
So-
if anyone wants to join in praying,
What
I
are
mean,
we going to...
you won't do anything, but it helps me, so
Why not?
keep me company.
Jump will help with the beer, I should think.
Jump will always help with the beer. That's why I love him.
That's right, I will.
Anything interesting about the shackles and the blood? Is there anything we can tell?
This is, to be honest, apart from what I've already said, that it kind of lends to the feeling of this being a sacrificial altar. Apart from that, you can't
Okay.
really pull much more from it, unfortunately. The blood is... it's dried. It's not fresh, but it isn't old and flaky. It's probably been there a good couple of days, if not a week. You're not too sure.
Okay.
Logan,
So-
at this point, Logan walks down to you guys, again, hunched, sloped, still carrying his torch that he put on the ground. He says, maybe we should head back upstairs, leave this place for now. Clear the air, clear our heads, and return. I'm sure it will soon be daybreak.
We're going to have some, probably have some explaining to do as well.
We have some
Yes.
I expect
We have-
you are right.
We
We
have
need
some
to-
hunting to do. We left Talia upstairs.
She was asleep.
She is as bad as the rest of them.
She was asleep. She's a child.
Almost betting she
Probably
wasn't
still
asleep.
She's
Well,
undead.
She isn't, then we'll deal with her too.
she was definitely evil. I gave her a
Either
chance.
Either way, we've already killed both her parents. If she really wants to fight us, she can fight us and die.
So what you've just done is
Oh.
created a player backstory.
Exactly. We've created the villain backstory.
Next
Now should be
character
after
I'm
us for the rest
playing.
of our lives.
So we need to. Now thinking about it, we need to send a message to the gypsies to make sure they're okay.
Yes.
Oh
We should
God!
probably take a look at the remaining zombies down here. Maybe the townspeople or something.
Yeah.
I said
Oh, yeah.
that there was
Oh
something
yeah,
weird.
did I
The room.
see
There's
anything
no
else
prison.
while I was doing the circle of the room?
No, it seems like a
No.
very simple stone temple setup. Tall. You can now just about see the outline of the ceiling. It's probably about 30 foot tall, and kind of ascends curved into a pointed top, from what you can tell.
Alright.
Logan says, "Yes, I agree. We have much to do, but you look like you could do with some rest, and I certainly could."
Let's just sleep here.
If it's all the same, I'm going to go upstairs. Feel free to join me. That was not an offer.
Oh.
Can I insight check?
Whoops. That was
What,
Logan,
whether
was
that's
that
an
an
offer or not?
Insight check him. Yeah, sure.
Yeah. Just
Is
seeing if
Johanna-
there's anything evil about him now, that maybe the spirit and stuff.
No, he's so you. From what you can tell, you can really draw from this is the almost the haggard old man that Logan actually is. He's seen a lot in his time, and he carries himself with a confidence and a weight. But at this point, you can see the older, more fatigued man before you. But he seems relatively truthful.
it-
Okay.
And yes, Johanna, you picked up Bodger last time, don't worry.
Just checking.
Johanna, are you still
Yes.
sort of wrapped around me? Am I still holding you up?
I think I'm holding me up at the moment.
Yeah. I just,
Because I'm still stronger than you are.
I just,
It's like more of a making you feel better about yourself type thing.
Yeah.
yeah.
I turned around and
Pretending
just
to lean on
go,
you while currently.
Let's make sure to take the secret exit. Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
I just
Okay.
kinda go,
One. Okay, so I think I leave until Logan's gone, and then loot the bodies.
That's fine. Logan heads out. Come, Shara.
Yeah.
So what is it? What were you trying to say, Danny?
yeah, so I just turn to Johanna and just go, I'm glad we both didn't die there.
I am super glad no one actually died. Oh God. So, thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
Sorry. So
I think. And I just gonna.
Let's go.
So, Ranos, as you loot the bodies, the Baron is wearing, as I said before, a full set of plate mail. Size for humans, roughly 6 foot tall. Pretty big, pretty heavy. In terms of items, appears to not really be carrying anything apart from the dark obsidian longsword that he was wielding during the battle. As you, would you like to collect it? Would you like to pick it up?
I don't like how you say it, but yes.
That's why do you assume everything's evil? As you pick it up, the sword is light.
Because we've all seen Critical Role.
It starts talking to you.
It's and you can kind of see it is made of a dark, like I said, a dark obsidian glass-like material. And as you pick it up, it's light, very light even. You almost feels similar in weight and balance to the rapier that you use. But it is definitely the shape and size of a longsword. It's very cold to the touch, but apart from that, you don't really. Nothing else strikes you about it. You also find a signet ring on his finger.
Take that as well.
So signet ring, full plate armor, obsidian longsword.
Did he have a shield?
No shield.
Okay. Then the head. Let's not forget about the head.
You pop the head in the bag. Well, assuming you're putting it in the bag, unless you want to tie it to your belt, which is style.
No.
Me and Skaith come up, I'm just there with the bag out, holding it open, going, put it in the bag. In the bag.
Loot.
As Ranos is stripping him of his armor.
Yeah. Just put the entire body in the bag.
It's everyone knows what's going to happen. So, okay. And as you quickly loot over. Sorry, what were you saying, Nira?
I was just gonna say I was gonna go loot the Baroness.
Okay, that's fine. You loot the Baroness. Apart from the now very tattered and blood-stained and flowery clothes that she wears a fine ruby pendant necklace. Looks pretty valuable. Say, Tash, your typing is really loud to us, so when you're typing stuff out, if you just mute yourself, please. So you find a nice ruby pendant. I didn't mean leave. Was it something I said?
Oh, fine.
An external keyboard. That's better. Okay then. You find a nice ruby pendant necklace and a small, it's almost like a stick, a wand, if you would, with a small gem at the end of it. Looks a simple, clear gem. Maybe it's like a cubic zirconium, something like that.
Can I check the wand?
Yeah, sure. She too also has a signet ring. You've seen this before. This is a wand of magic missile.
Ah! I'm hanging on to this. It's fine. Do I know how many charges it has left?
Let me.
Or would that be
It seems fully. You haven't seen it used.
Okay.
So
Cool. Pocket that.
that's now in the magic items area for the full description.
Okay. Alright.
Okay.
And as is the obsidian long. Well, actually, no, you haven't checked the obsidian longsword yet.
Can I check the obsidian longsword?
I wondered why. I would. Yeah, go for it. Make an Arcana check.
Why would you immediately check that? Could I maybe...
Oh, it wasn't magical.
That's fine. You know it's a magic sword.
I was about to say, could I maybe combine the amulet and the wand into the same check? Or does that
The
turn
amulet
just
does not appear to be
roses?
magic.
Okay. I'll just give that to Sasha then. At the worst, as team lead.
Would anyone else like to check the sword?
Yes, I could.
Nira?
Yeah, bring it over.
So again,
I bring
Nira,
it
as you take the long sword and you look it over, it's very light.
Yeah, like I can hold it. I'm not used to swords, but I can hold this one.
Yeah, this is pretty alright, and it is very cold to the touch. But again, it's
I mean,
made of
I'm
glass
not
at the
like-
same time, so you kind of expect that. So you can roll another Arcana check for that if you want.
Alrighty.
Sorry, not Ranos. Sorry, Skaith. What were you going to say?
Afterwards, I just want to hold the longsword and just slash it about and see is it
Check
too
if it
heavy
does
for me,
first.
basically.
Oh god, yeah, even for you. What's your strength score?
8.
Yeah. It's
I'm
not bad. I
professional,
mean,
so-
it's light, but I mean, it's still you kind of swing it. It still weighs
Not
you off
that
balance.
Yeah.
Not
your
that-
trousers are almost too heavy for me.
So
I'm gonna take it,
from what
stumble because it's too light for me, and give it back to Vanos.
I'm
So-
still checking it. Let me see what it does.
so this is a +2 longsword that deals an additional 1d6 necrotic damage on strike.
Oh,
Damn.
that is amazing.
Alright. Well,
Ranos, you're now a damage dealer.
Who's
It is
gonna
not-
pay for it?
A finesse weapon.
It's a strength weapon.
It's a strength-based weapon.
That was basically cannot be used with a sneak attack.
No.
Anyone want a cool sword?
The only person with
Zero.
strength? I'm not overly strong, to be honest. I have some strength.
So,
quite like my two swords.
who wants the sword, or is it going in the loot?
I'll wrestle you for it.
Deal.
You decide amongst yourselves. I'm not a swords guy, really.
This is no good to me. Yeah. And it does require attunement, so the +2 is not as normal, but to get the 1d6 necrotic, you require attunement.
How many things am I attuned to? I don't know.
I think
At least.
gauntlets, amulet,
Gauntlet, amulet.
and I think that's all.
That's it. It's 2.
Because you
2.
gave away the cloak.
Yes. Give me the sword.
Okay, so are you guys now? After heading out, you can kind of hear down the corridor.
come on, man.
Coming.
Okay, so
We're
you
getting paid for this.
are you guys heading out?
Yeah.
It's a
Okay.
1d6 necrotic damage as well.
Yes, after attunement.
Okay, but I'm just going to put it down anyway. I'm not going to use it before I'm attuned.
Yeah,
It's
that's
kind of
fine.
weird that a life cleric's using something
We
with
should
a
probably
Yeah,
get
Let's-
Sova's
Meta-
proper burial.
The power of metagaming is
When
not
time
with
comes.
you. Okay, so as a group, I'm just going to. Are you going to head out the way you came? Just back upstairs towards Baron's room, yeah? Okay. So,
Are we not taking the secret exit to not cause a huge commotion on top?
you don't know where
Everything?
Logan's gone.
There's a secret exit.
I say you're probably better off.
But
coming from the front.
I told him that we should probably take the secret exit.
Let's go.
So, you guys head up. Okay, so main exit or secret exit?
I say
We
main
know where the
exit.
secret exit is.
We've gone through the main one. We might as well go back.
Okay, so you guys, you spend the next 5 minutes trekking through the dungeon. You ascend the spiral staircase back towards the Baron and Baroness's chambers, from whence you first came. Ranos. Let me put you all on the map. Actually, I'll do it for you, just for this, due to the lighting concerns. No, we're not putting Bodger on the map. Stop trying.
Not yet.
Not yet. But
There we
Bodger,
go.
Bodger's having a nap. There you go, I think that's everybody. So, Ranos, as you enter this, as you ascend the staircase, you notice something that didn't quite catch your eye before. And where the bookcase slid back, on the inside, there is a small lever, or lever, depending on pronunciation, that appears to, which you assume opens the bookcase from this side. You also notice one of them right here.
What does this button do? I'm not gonna mess with that.
Heavy sliding of stone on stone as another passage is revealed to you.
Guys,
Uh-huh.
Ranos, what did you find?
I found a thing! Said Ranos.
there's a thing. Nira,
Uh,
can you throw Rocky down the corridor?
yeah.
Would you like me
Yeah,
to
I'll
let
check
me
'em.
let me retrieve Rocky for you?
Can I just? Is
That's on the
the
other map. There you go.
is the thingy open? By the way,
What thingy?
the bookcase.
Probably. We left it open.
Yeah, no, it's not shut.
Yeah. Can I just make sure there's no one outside?
Yeah. There is
Can I
nobody
actually?
outside.
Can I go as far as checking his Is it Natalia? Is Natalia still in her bed?
You can go and look.
I'm gonna follow him.
That's as far as I throw it.
Weak spaghetti arms.
So, Theory, you
What
pop
do
your
you
head
want?
into Talia's room, where you previously left her sleeping, and the bedroom is empty.
What's that on her bed?
That is
on
a
the bed?
small doll. That
But I
was
threw
next
that
to her.
across rooms.
How did it get back on the bed? It's evil.
The doll was the evil one
The
all
dog
along.
comes alive and Chucky's us.
Toy Story got
actually-
dark.
I mean,
Okay.
if it started talking to her, then yeah. That would drive anyone nuts. We'd also drive an idiot.
Can I get a sense of where she's gone at all? Can I see any trace of where she's gone or anything like that?
Make me a survival check.
Like, it's just don't we're probably not.
I'll go back to the group and tell them that she's not in the room.
I haven't even looked at the character sheet yet. A survival check, yeah?
Survival check, yes.
That's not good.
I'll be right back.
No idea.
Fair play.
Nira John follows kind of behind you. He's curious.
I was just getting my rock.
He's going in for. He's taking this as a
Okay.
cue of you going. So he's like, "Oh, are we exploring? Let's go."
Oh,
Yeah,
dear.
I'll follow.
I was just grabbing Rocky. I'm not actually going down this tunnel. I'm
Oh.
very nervous. Let's
you-
check this out once we've rested.
No, this looks
Oh,
fun.
okay. Scaith, stop. Come back. No.
I'm like running to try to grab you on back.
Yeah.
I don't think I will.
You kind of drag.
Dear,
Uh,
you
whoa.
almost died in there. Let's take a rest and then we'll check this out later. Okay?
Fine. He just turns around and starts humming.
Thank you. Actually, no. Instead of saying thank you in common, I say it in Elvish. Because he should recognize that by now. I've taught him manners.
Um,
I've at least taught him manners.
I think this probably leads to a exit from the rooms.
and he says, he thinks. John thinks for a second, and he nods.
You know what that means. You know what that means. Alright.
People,
Alright, let's go back.
Sorry, what were you saying, Adrian?
don't you
Ranos?
think this might just might be the corridor that links all the bedrooms together?
Is there one
This
of
might be
those?
the,
Do we know there?
I think it
that
might be
exists?
it around the corner.
Yeah, I'm gonna go up. I'm gonna go along the wall. And basically, I'm gonna peep my head down here.
Like Scooby-Doo style.
Do I see anything?
You see
Hello?
another corridor that descends, let's just say southward, because that's where the map looks.
Okay.
And as you move around the corridor, you can definitely see another lever here.
Sigils on the lever?
No signals.
I'll pull the lever. Actually, yeah.
You're gonna pull the lever.
for traps. Let me check
Do
the lever for
it.
traps first.
Make your investigation
And then
check.
pull it.
Pull the lever. Wrong lever.
I have not.
It seems perfectly fine.
Not more than
The doll is evil step.
And the bookcase. As you do so, the bookcase starts to move, and then it attacks you. The bookcase was a mimic. No, the bookcase moves out of the way. Actually, it turns.
Okay.
I keep doing hand motions, forgetting that most of the time you can't see my bloody hands. Keep doing it. It's like, it goes like that. I just do that. It's like, wait, no, you can't
Then
see
back
me
up a
down
little
there.
I
Oh,
stand
then
the
just-
I'm going to just stand a bit further back so you can see my hand signals.
Perfect.
That's Bruce.
For the rest of the game, he will be using semaphore.
That's a tattoo.
No, on the other arm.
That's also a tattoo.
Help.
That's where I fell off somebody.
Did you watch the other strip?
See, my perception checks are good.
Yeah, that was midnight jousting in town centre.
Nice.
Yeah, that was about 2-3 weeks ago. It still hurts. Anyway, so yeah, this secret door, the lever that send you down into the crocodile pits. Not the super spooky roller coaster ride. You end up in Talia's bedroom again, and Ranos stabs the doll. The doll goes ah! It doesn't really. It just you pull the
Good.
dagger out. Your dagger is coated in fluff.
I knew it.
The doll has one of those sort of things that you turn it upside down and make a noise, sort of go.
Dreaded fluff, Damon.
The fluff jumps out and clogs your eyes.
Fluff demon.
There is
Another lever
It's
for the.
everywhere.
there's
Oh,
Oh,
no,
it's been
His
left
name's-
behind.
no lever there, Ranos. Lever.
Whatever.
Skaith, Theo.
Might
So
not have
as you
been
pop.
part-
Oh, sorry. Go on. Ranos.
I think it's just.
Nope.
I forget his name constantly. George, Jerry,
Logan.
Yeah.
Jump.
no, the brother,
Gregory.
Jesus.
Okay.
James.
Grigory, that's it.
Gregory. Yeah.
It's Gregory with an I. I keep forgetting to put Logan on the map as
Gregory.
well.
He might be the. Still think he might be the victim in this all.
Mm.
Should probably
Well-
help at some point.
Can we
Anyone
help
who
him?
could stop. We could try.
Maybe we should
Okay.
put him out of his misery.
Is the gate here closed?
This door is
I mean, I
shut.
could see if he was under a curse. I don't. But if it's something divine, I can do something about it. But if it's my studies have taught me medical is
I mean,
sometimes
the kid
hard.
seemed pretty tapped in his head when we saw him, you know. He was
Tapped
chasing
in the
us through
head.
a little corridor.
Probably he was hungry. Maybe that clouds his judgment.
Bring the
Well, he
bacon
was
sandwich
able to
next
hold
time.
on.
We're not going to feed him someone, are we?
But
No,
we could think about what
I
we
have some
could
ideas
use.
maybe what we could do, but
As you
that's
say,
probably something for tomorrow.
as you say,
If we
feed
save
him.
him, we'll save him.
Jomp's hand slowly rises and then slowly descends again. But yes, this door is shut.
Can I put an ear to the door?
Yes.
Cool.
And roll a perception check.
Do we have
You put your ear to the door. Until you kind of think, I know I'm meant to do something here. I'm meant to do something. What do I need to do here? So, Ranos, you put your ear to the door, and you can hear voices on the other side. It's quite muddled. And yes, Nira. It's quite muffled because it's quite a thick door. But there are voices on the other side.
Can I sleep here? There are beds. I like beds.
Do I do the same, or do I need a perception check too?
You can hear it. It's fine.
Yeah. So
People-
we
There's-
open
if
the
there's-
doors.
I
Open the
see.
doors
Yeah.
slowly.
No, wait a second, please. What's our story here? Honestly,
What's the story in
They were-
Balamori?
we attacked the captain of the guard,
dragged us down there.
killed the Baron
And his wife.
and his wife. Let's not
Let's
forget
not leave that out.
Yes.
Quite horrifically as
and-
well.
Yeah.
She attacked us
then there's-
first. It's fine.
Then how do we explain and how do we
She
make
locked us
They were evil.
sure?
They kidnapped us. We defended ourselves. We have evidence.
Can you all give me a group
Do we?
stealth roll, please?
Oh! That's a,
Come on.
Group stealth roll.
that's a,
Oh my god.
Your powers are not that strong to overdo everything. Let me roll for jump as well. Sorry, I keep
It's
forgetting.
near and knocked something over.
The tail. It's a damn tail.
Sorry. Chaos. The more tired I get, the less I
Also
can
keep in mind that
Sorry.
Heinrich might have been charmed. If,
Yeah.
You know, vampires. They tried it on us, so.
Okay, carry
You
on.
rolled a 1.
That was me.
Keep
As
your
in-
voices down!
As in me. Not jump me. Okay, so, yep. Continue. Just as
that
you
was
were.
Nathan's perception check.
If we finish
No more
this
metagaming for
conversation
you.
over the badges- If we finish this conversation over the badges, there are people outside
Yeah.
or in the rooms.
Logan's
let's
looking
go
round.
to the room.
Let's
Logan's-
move back to the wall. Logan has an opinion or an idea on that.
Do you hear something?
I'll stay
Yes.
by the door and listen out if anyone gets close to it.
There's voices on the other side. People arguing, discussing.
Well, my best bet is the guards. We didn't kill them. They don't stay asleep forever. I say.
How much time has passed? Sorry.
Since you've probably been gone about, since you went down, maybe an hour and a half.
They took a rest, didn't they?
I don't think there was
No.
a short rest. They took the prayer of healing, which was that in itself was 10 minutes. Then you were exploring and fighting and talking and stuff like that. So you're probably, I'd say, between an hour and 2 hours you were down there.
Okay.
So, and Logan says, if it is the guards that I think, we tell them what happened. And hope they don't stab us.
I'll stand in front.
For the first...
Sooner or later,
They were doing something
this is-
evil down in the basement. If they need proof, I will take them down there myself and show them.
Agreed. Now, let me
you have a lot of proof, that's true.
I said that.
let me go
There's a
first.
lot of stuff in the basement.
I inspire Logan.
Logan feels inspired.
Little chipper tune to raise his spirits a little.
Just a little.
I'll open
I'm
it.
still standing. Yeah.
Your best friend's dead. No,
Yeah. As a single tear rolls down his face. He turns to you and says, keep close. Don't know what's going to happen here.
Having the time of my life.
So you open the door to a cabaret act. As you slowly open the door, you see Heinrich on his feet, uneasy, resting on his sword, to a degree, and several guards, various stages of wounds and the like, standing around them. And they seem to be talking. The recently cut down ropes that you originally tied the guards up with, discarded and cut down in the pile on the floor. As soon as the door opened, every pair of eyes turns and looks at you in the other room. Heinrich stands up, pulls his sword from the ground, and holds it in a fighting style, but it is loose. Fatigued. He took quite a hit during your last fight from all of you, and you can see it weighs on him. There you are.
I'm just gonna give them all a look, like, if you try anything, you will get a
Yeah,
magic missile in the
like-
face. Like, I'm keeping ready, if any of them tries anything.
I've got the sword in my belt, the pick in the hand, the shield in the other, going, yeah.
You
Just
have
get my hands up, because that's all I need.
30 seconds to explain yourselves. What is this madness? What have you done with Alexander?
What's right?
What do you mean, what's right? You break into our castle. You assault
Show
my
him.
guards. You break into his room. What is going
Show
on
him,
here?
Johanna. Show him. You have the bag of holding, show him.
Has the darkness dissipated? Why would you?
As Johanna pulls out the Baron's head, and everyone's like,
That's not gonna cause a problem.
everyone's just in shock as you pull out the Baron's
Show
head.
him. I don't know what I'm showing him.
We didn't check, but I'm hoping he has fangs.
What have you done,
Okay,
Logan?
Has the darkness dissipated over the city?
It is still dark right now. It's still nighttime.
But it's not
He's a-
supernatural darkness. It's not.
What
He's a
have you?
vampire.
What?
He was an evil, but look, we will walk with you right back downstairs, right now. Look,
The whole
if we are
family
lying,
is involved.
there's more of you than us, and we are very tired. And you
We
can
will
do what you
show
want.
you.
There's
The
still
secrets
some
they were
townsfolk
keeping.
down there that they've turned into zombies.
If we were super evil, we would have killed you on the way down. But they were the evil ones, and I am very tired.
You can see the guards appear to be looking at each other. You can hear murmuring from behind them of, what did they say? What vampire? You do not speak sense.
listening.
It might be easier to show you what they were keeping from you than try to tell you.
What? So,
Have we got the
What?
diary still?
one of you, Logan, one of you, just... You can see he's confused, he's trying to piece things together and put his words together. Just say it one more time.
The Baron and his family were either undead or involved with dark magics. Also, experimenting on humans. Gregory is still alive, but he's not human. Talia is of the undead. The Lord was a vampire, as we just showed you. And the whole underbasement of this castle is a temple of Shar, the goddess of darkness.
That cannot be.
I know this is much to take in, but you may have been charmed. The Baroness was a powerful magic user.
She was but a simple lady. Yes,
I assure you
arrogant
she was
and
not.
rude, but she was no mage.
She
No.
was.
I have
She can
notes
be
from Talia's lab
Show me.
that explains the experiments she was doing.
Give them to me. And he
Pass
puts.
them over.
He still holding his greatsword in one hand, moves towards you, and he snatches them from your hand. You can see him skimming them quickly. This doesn't make sense. I don't understand. You can see, as he's trying to piece this information together and what you've told him as the enormity if he hits him, he looks at Logan. Logan just gives a nod. I'm sorry, friend. I've seen it with my own eyes. It is true. But he was a good man.
Was.
In life,
I believe once he was. I know he helped fight the orcs. And
did.
led the battle against them, so he must have been good at some point. It's
You-
what happened between now and then.
You
We still need
see,
to find out.
you see Heinrich's form relax. His sword doesn't. His sword remains in his hand, but it dips more out of the defensive combat pose that he was previously in. He turns to his men. Turns back, and as he turns back to you, you see through one of the windows in this top floor, a single ray of sunlight pierces through the window, illuminating the castle floor around you. And he turns and he looks. He kind of shields his hands from the sunlight. Sunlight. He moves to the window. He looks out, and as he looks out, as you peer through the window, you can see this thick, dark cloud that encompassed the entirety of the sky of the area around Corbin. It's not gone. It is breaking up, and beams of sunlight begin to make their way through as the sun begins to rise on this morning. As he looks to you, puts his sword in his sheath. Show me what it is you have to show me.
I was like, no.
So you guys,
Some rest.
we'll keep this just theatre of mind. As you take, so you spend the next probably half an hour. Do you want to do this as a group, or do you just Nira, or do you all want to go?
I'm not letting Nira go on her own, so.
Yeah, I was going to say, I think we all
I'll
go.
go
As a group,
because I'm
you
going
take
to
you take Heinrich and two of his guards. He tells the rest of them, "Wait here. I'll be back soon. If I do not return within the hour, everyone."
Send help.
Please.
And you spend the next half an hour. You take Heinrich down and you show him each individual room. You show him the laboratories. You show him the crypt room where you found the sleeping doppelganger, who is still there. And finally, you take him into the large temple area where the still body of the Baron and the Baroness, a bit messy, still lay.
I'm gonna
says,
walk him straight past both bodies and just take him straight to the altar. Be like, look, this is what they were doing under this
Follows
castle.
You see, he rubs his forehead. Doesn't make sense.
It really
I
doesn't.
kn-
Secret stuff.
This is a lot to take in.
I turn around to him and go, "You live with them. You protected them. Baron hasn't been out for so long. How could you not suspect anything?"
I saw him. I visited him. He seemed fine. Yes, he was unwell. Didn't want to leave his room, but he seemed fine. But I was a fool. I should have seen this.
Yes, you
I-
should have.
I would like to inside check him, please.
Yeah, go for it. He turns to Logan and he says, "I'm sorry, old friend." He seems to be, Heinrich seems, to both of you, confused, disturbed, weary. I mean, as you've been walking around, his footsteps have been heavy and lumbered as well. You can quite clearly tell the wounds of previous combat weigh heavily on him. But he seems to be the only thing you really read from is this deep state of confusion.
But it seems genuine.
But he seems genuinely confused.
I would suggest that perhaps loyalty blinds us to many things, much like love. You also don't see the bad things in other people until they're revealed right in front of you. And even then, why not?
You may be right. Come, I want to be out of this place. This does not sit well with me.
I'm going to reconsecrate it. It's going to take me some time, but I'm going to fix this room.
Fine. We'll sort this later.
We should probably
I must attend to the
counsel
castle.
later on.
My guards are wounded. And I thank you for not killing them. I understand now why you did what you did, and you have my thanks.
We're the good guys, I think. Sometimes.
We're trying.
That's
Try.
he kind of gives you a bit of a chuckle. That's what I thought.
We accept reward in the form of animals.
Should we have council in the morning?
And
Oh
he
well,
says,
I think it is morning, but
let us leave.
this afternoon.
8 hours. We need 8 hours of sleep.
We still have people without pets. Like, we'll take payment as pets.
We will talk about this later. I must organise the guards. It's been a long night.
If you could just
We must keep this from spreading. What of Talia? I do not see her around.
Have you seen her at all?
I did not.
seems
She's
she
not in her
escaped.
rooms anymore.
No. I did not see her leave.
There are many secret entrances and exits to this place. Some you might not know about.
We have much to explore,
Also,
much to do.
in the laboratory with the dead spider in there, do not go down the trapdoor. It is
May
locked
I
for
ask
a reason.
why?
That's where
We'll tell
Gregory
you
is.
tomorrow.
Gregory left months ago.
He got turned into a monster. He's underground. Can we go to bed now?
He might be within redemption. But let's discuss this tomorrow. But please post guards
Deal with it.
up here in the chambers and around the perimeter of the castle, because there might be secret exits and entrances. We know for sure of one, but please just have guards up. So
I will
tell
speak
him
to my
to-
men. Those that were not involved in the incident last night should be well enough to guard this area. Go. Rest. You may use the armor. You may use the barracks for rest. I will secure the castle. News of this must not leave the people. Leave this castle to the people. This needs to be controlled before there are riots and panic in the streets. I will send guards to watch over the armory below you.
Thank you.
Hopefully not the same guards we knocked out.
I promise nothing. Okay. So you guys,
If anything happens to one of us, they're all going down. Just gonna put that out there.
Logan turns to you and says, Shara will watch over you. Okay, so you guys, 2 guards lead you towards the barracks, which is above the armory in which you previously fought, which just happens to be here. So, by the power of magical strafing, you appear in the barracks. So, would you all like to go ahead and take your long rest?
Yes!
When we're walking to barracks,
Ow.
I turn to Thera. Let's go. Talia probably escaped through the secret entrance.
I believe she's talking to the cat,
Yeah.
not you, Skaith.
We need
We
to.
could try heading out there and see if we've left any tracks tomorrow.
We're no good in here anyway, Smile. We can do fuck all. We can try track her down now.
Yes.
Right now?
No, we'll sleep. Above me.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
We all need sleep.
Okay, so as you guys
Sleep.
arrive in the barracks area, you find several beds, simple footlockers. The beds themselves are quite simple, pretty hard. This is not a luxurious area.
We've slept on the ground.
You slept on far worse. As you all settle down for nearly 8 hours of long rest. So if you want to quickly refresh all your stuff.
Oh, thank God.
I still have
I
a
think-
spell slot left, you know?
I think we leveled up last game, right?
Yeah, you haven't
Yeah, mine
leveled up
have gone
again.
back.
You're still
So
level
all my
5.
spell slots are back. And I'm
Yes.
pretty sure I've. Okay.
Nathan,
Skaith.
because I got blighted, I request like 5 jugs of like really dehydrated.
Yeah.
Let's took them all.
You feel like you've got like the worst hangover you've had in a
Yeah.
long time. But yeah, you gain water. Several servants bring up food and water to you as well. And you all settle down for a night's sleep. Nearly a
Should we
night's
keep
sleep
watch?
or a day's sleep. You don't know necessarily, but you get the feeling that Shara is in the room. You can kind of see every now and again. You can hear very lightly or see on the ground her foot pad falls as she walks and stalks along the room, occasionally purring.
Okay.
Very cute.
Oh, cool.
That's not bad. Is that for your charges?
Yes. I used
Okay.
all of them last game.
So, yes, you did. Bringing the Baron to 1 health and then allowing him to regenerate with a mad crazed rush of everyone trying to stab him. You wake up
This is it, guys.
to a guard. A guard enters your room. He stands at attention. Adventurers, Heinrich requests your presence immediately. Please come.
Fuck off, I'm sleeping.
Come on.
It is of the utmost importance, my lady.
Go over.
I'm not a lady, I woke up and then I went back to bed. I'm not happy. I
It's
hate
not the
them.
morning, dear.
Is it not
You're
more?
not a morning person. It's not the morning. Come on.
Oh. Oh. Okay.
We'll get you a decanter of endless coffee when we meet Garius next time. It'll be fine.
We need one of those.
What's coffee?
Sorry, coffee
Oh,
exists.
it's-
Oh,
You'll
coffee,
love it.
coffee exists in this
You're
world.
right.
Trust me.
It's an awesome brew. You'll love it.
It's kind of like a tea, but a bit stronger.
Has someone been keeping stuff from me? I am not happy about this.
Should ask the Helmites.
I'm going to
Can you
introduce
do
Helmut's
the
coffee.
super ping?
Yeah, I'm just bringing you guys onto the map first, so you can see.
What thing am I doing now?
Who we just lost?
We're meeting with Helm. Or not Helm. God,
We've lost Tom.
Heinrich.
Oh, Tom ran away.
Left for a minute.
Okay, so the guard, he says, follow me. Follow me, I'll lead the way. If I can find all of my tokens. What? Eh? Oh, balls. 1 second. Things are breaking everywhere.
No.
Okay, so the guard leads you out to the main corridor.
Ambush.
And everyone and you're ganked by 17 vampires. And a squirrel.
No.
And the raccoon that's been following you.
Vampire.
The suits of armour are actually vampires.
Yes, they're all helmed horrors.
Everything's a vampire.
You see
Including
these
the
guys over
squirrel.
here. There's actually there.
Sorry?
The guards behind us.
They disappear. You do a double take. Are they actually there? And poof, they disappear. Weird. They all cast greater invisibility. Heinrich turns to you as a group and says, "There's someone here that I think," as the other guard somehow randomly disappears because I pressed the wrong button. "There's someone here I think you should talk to. Guards, bring him in." If you kind of look out the window, you can see it's probably late afternoon at this point. And a guard brings in a robed individual, human, male, probably, if you were to guess his age, probably not much later than early 30s. Carries a long, gnarled wooden staff that he's using as a walking stick and his staff clonks across the floor as he approaches. Clonk, 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 clonk. As he approaches, Heinrich dismisses his guard, who leaves. He pulls back his hood, and you can now actually see, not human, but half-elf, with 2 nice big pointy ears stick out. Longish brown hair tied back into almost like a half-knot ponytail. And he looks up at you with a warm smile. He lets out a deep sigh. A pleasure to meet you. Jarno Elbrecht at your service. I understand, Heinrich. Correct. He holds out his hand. Oh, very nice to meet you. As I said, my name is Jarno. Representative of the Lord's Alliance of Waterdeep. I understand there's been some trouble in the area recently. Who, may I ask, who stands before me?
What did we vote on? What's the name?
This bunch of assholes.
Did you go for Ignium seat?
Yeah, but
Let's
that's
do that for now.
Vanus is in charge of saying
Okay,
names
well,
and things, so it's up to you.
Anybody? Don't all speak at once, friends. Anybody?
We're Ignium Seat, a group of adventurers who recently came about these lands. Just roll with it!
Okay.
Well, nice to meet you, my adventuring friends. Well,
Who are you?
Sorry?
Sorry if I speak out of turn, but
He's the
Who are you?
mage that they were sending to fix the darkness.
Well, there's been as I'm sure you're aware, there has been much talk of a magical disturbance in this area recently, and we have written to the Baron and Baroness many times for information, and all of our summons have been ignored. So I have been dispatched to investigate. However, as he peeks his head out the window, it seems that I might not be required anymore. Pray tell, what has happened here?
curious timing.
Heinrich, friend, is there anywhere better we can talk? I mean, I've been travelling for weeks.
Insight check, because I don't know him and I don't trust him.
You can insight check him. Heinrich says, "Oh, of course, Lord Albrecht. Follow me to the main hall." Ah, very good.
I think everyone wants to do an insight check.
Everyone feel free to insight check.
What?
Okay, so,
Nothing's happening.
oh no, it's almost like he's immune to insight checks.
Give it a
Dun dun dun.
He seems happy, spry, cheerful.
Okay.
Oh, well, I didn't mean to roll that twice, but okay.
Fine. Even with that roll, he seems happy, spry, cheerful.
Alright, he's fine.
That's very well.
Kind of leggy. Yeah.
Fine. Lead on, sir. Lead on. Follow me. And you were all led into the main dining hall, where you'd previously had your lovely, partially poisoned meal.
Not eating anything in this castle ever again.
Rome gives
Ever.
me flashbacks. Can we sit at a different
I know.
table? Can we sit at a
Yeah.
different table that's not this table? I don't like this table.
If you insist, I have no problems with that. And he grabs one of the chairs
Yes,
and he
please.
drags it loudly across the floor to one of the tables over here,
Okay.
and sits down at this table here. The chairs are tied to the map, so I can't bother to move them. Jump
Just
zero.
remind me we have to.
You come in. So, Heinrich.
What about the
Heinrich,
guards
my
on
good
the
man.
right side?
They're there. Heinrich, my good man. Some refreshments, if you wouldn't mind. I've been on the road for some weeks, and
Careful.
I could do with a drink. Very well. He looks at the two guards over on this side. Guards, you heard the Lord. He just whiffs his hands off, and they kind of look at each other like, and off they go.
Beer! Lots of beer. Beer.
And one of them hears beer, and you see a smile.
I turn to Heinrich and go, are these ones going to be safe to drink?
It's a very good point.
I would
Last time we
like
drank
to
it,
hope
we-
so. I will try some myself for you. I could use a drink. So, my friends, says Yarno as he clasps his hands together and with a smile. So, what has been happening here over the last few weeks? Obviously, something has
Is it safe?
changed. Sorry?
Is it safe to speak here, Heinrich? Can we tell him what happened? Or would you prefer to keep this to yourself?
He is who he says he is. See, the signet ring on his finger. It bears the seal of the Lord's Alliance. I believe.
Are
we
you
can
one of the
trust him.
5?
Oh no. Me, simple court mage, investigating connoisseur. You know.
You know, it's funny. It's funny that you arrived today.
I know it's really. You know what? I was really hoping to come in and have a look at what was going on, and it looks like you guys have done it. And I must
You
admit,
might-
I am slightly disappointed.
You might yet get to take a look.
Excellent.
Yeah,
If you
can help
choose
us
to
figure
stay.
out
Oh,
what happened.
of course. I love a good tale. Come,
So what
tell
what
me.
happened here might have widespreading. Oh well, locally spreading implications.
Okay, do tell.
Seems the magical darkness was caused by worshippers of Shah
He just
below
nods.
the castle, and the worshippers were
Go on.
sorry, the Somova family.
Really? You have proof, I assume?
Of course we do.
Uh,
Don't be
Do you have a weak stomach?
No. I grew up in the city. No weak stomach here.
I'm gonna take the head out.
That's not
Sorry,
really what they were
but
even
comes
this
back.
is the
perfectly
quickest
Ah.
and easiest way.
Okay, next time, a little more warning.
Yes,
I'm
if you had a weak
sorry.
stomach.
Ah.
That
Yes.
should have been enough warning.
He takes a cloth out of it. He takes a handkerchief out of one of his top pockets and just dabs the side of his face.
Nira, can you presto this that?
Yeah.
No need, dear. And he snaps his fingers and. Doesn't get rid
Sorry
of
about that.
doesn't get rid of the
I'm
taste,
still
though,
not-
does it?
I'm still not sure what to do with this, so it's I guess a conversation piece.
Mate,
Plug it on the
just
table.
put it there. Just put it on the table. And he gingerly
It
looks
seems-
over.
It's now our centerpiece. It's a centipede.
There's fangs in his mouth. And he has vampiric powers.
He just kind of switches his hand and a small wooden stick appears. He just kind of lifts the lip, sees a long canine fang. Ah, yes, I see. You can put that away now. And he just...
I don't want it again.
Stick
He was
appears.
replaced by a doppelganger. We killed that one as well.
A
His wife is
doppelganger.
also involved in
Ah.
torture.
Oh, that's
And-
terrible.
His daughter as well, and I think there might be a plot to spread poisons through the land. And it's from the description we gathered, it's a rather nasty one as well.
Oh yes.
We'll have to have a closer look at all the notes the Rosovas left behind.
Definitely. Yes, please do. And
Tom
takes
still
the
has
takes
the
the
journal.
takes the journal from Theron.
Yeah.
Ooh, ooh,
You know what I
ooh. You can kind of see. He kind of holds his mouth again. Okay. Okay. Well. He just hands the notes back. Sorry. I'm okay. I'm okay. You certainly have been busy. I suspected some foul play was in play,
Well,
but I'd never imagined it on this magnitude. This is astounding.
see, we kind of got drawn into this ourselves because we were planning on helping them as well, but they decided to capture us and lock us in a dungeon.
You
so,
see, that's always the first thing they do wrong. I've seen it enough times myself. See, revealed their evil plan too soon. That's what the problem is. Actually, do you know what their plan was? Or
To spread terrible dress sense across the world.
Ooh, that is a crime.
Totally.
We actually don't
Yeah.
know yet what the end game is.
I see. Well, I'm
was-
sure some further investigation of this
I-
castle will turn up some information.
There's also still 2 family members alive
Yes.
and on the loose.
The
So
daughter's
this
missing.
might not be over.
Oh, I can see we've got a lot of work
we look-
together. Work together,
Yeah.
a lot of work to
Did we
do
look-
together. As he kind of rubs his hands together. Well.
Would
Baron
you like to
dead.
see the dungeon?
Soon. So let me get
What's
this
your
right.
stake in all of this? by the
Well,
way?
the lords that rightfully own this land were quite curious of what was going on. You see, this is... I don't know if you're aware, but this is actually quite an important area. It's almost the bordering of 3 of the great provinces of the lords. Mirabar, Neverwinter, Luskan. Sits around a lot of their borders, and it is a key trading route between a lot of them. And a lot of the lords, they were growing quite concerned with the disruption, if you will. So I'm here to see what's going on, and I think
Yeah,
I've worked it
okay.
out. Whew. We'll
We're just a
defi-
bit wary with new people because,
Yeah.
well,
That's the
we got
people we met
poisoned and
before this.
imprisoned. Yeah,
That's
so
very understandable. Hopefully
little
this will help.
trust issues.
And he takes
No.
a letter from his pocket, and it's
I
sealed.
hope the lords look favorably on this and on us.
Oh, I'm
and I
sure
hope
they
your report
will.
will reflect that.
Here, please. He hands over a sealed letter with a wax seal, and Ranos, you do recognise this as, or
Or-
whoever takes it, you quite obviously recognise this as the seal of the
I mean, I'm
Lords
across
of
the
Waterdeep.
table from him, so
Yeah, that makes sense. It's the seal of the Lords of Waterdeep. Would you like to open it?
okay. Sure.
You crack it open, and as you have to read through the letter, the basic says that it allows this man, Jarno Albrecht, the authority to act and investigate under the influence of the Lords, whose names
There's
will be
no
added
warrant
into the letter
for the
later,
thing?
because I can't remember what they are. Sorry? Did you say, Nira?
It's kind of like a warrant.
Basically, yeah, it is a warrant of let this guy wields my authority, do what he says.
Okay.
Basically.
All right.
Is anyone good at spotting fakes? Not that I don't trust you, I just don't trust you.
I've
That's
read in my
perfectly
version
understandable.
of, right, fakes.
But
My-
say, yeah.
I'll have a look at it because I probably read in a few
Jumps on the
fake
table.
documents in my history.
So, Skaith, roll me a investigation check. But you see, as he's reading it, he goes, I assure you everything's in order. And he points to one of the rings on his finger, which bears the same seal that's of the letter.
I have signet rings now. It doesn't mean I'm a Russifer.
So, oh yes. So for you, Theo, basically, Lord Jarno Albrecht has arrived from Waterdeep to investigate what the fuck's going on, and everyone's trying to explain to him what's going on. So, okay.
Sorry, I had to run off.
It sounds like we've got a lot of work to do. Okay. Well, I'm going to be staying here for the next week or so just to get a feel of the place and write up my report. You guys seem like a capable bunch of adventurers. Would you do me a massive favour and hang around and give me a hand? I think.
Sure.
I mean, Heinrich,
I wanted
I'm
to
sure
check
you're
out the
great.
library anyway, so yeah.
Ah, yes. Oh, a library. I love libraries.
Me too.
We could be friends.
You gave me a nerd buddy. I love it. Smack him.
So, yes.
I'm gonna smack him.
We've
I don't
got.
deal with that shit.
We're gonna have to deal with the towns. We'll have to deal with the townsfolk, and we've got to look at this. And you said there's a cursed altar down there. That's got to go.
Yes.
And
Our cleric is actually going to spend the time trying to reconsecrate it.
awesome.
trying to get some
I
of
like
the
it. See,
has
you
to get
guys.
out of there.
That's what I like about you, adventure lots. Always thinking about stuff. So, whew. We'll have to take count of the vaults as well. Let's see what's in there. It's always interesting, isn't it? I will definitely want to have a look at these labs. Whew, lots of work to
There's
do here.
also noble families probably involved. We know of one family, the Raven Crests, that are involved in spreading poison, and we killed a vampire spawn that belonged to their family, or at least it was a servant to them. We should probably investigate them as well.
Heinrich, Heinrich, my good fellow. You know these Raven Crests? Of course. Would you mind sending a detachment just to see if they're still there? They're probably gone, but you know, just make sure. Break down the door if you've got to. Cheers. And Heinrich, quite dumbfounded at this. Okay. And he just turns. At this point, the other guards have come back. They've got several pitchers of water and flagons of ale, and they set them down for you. And he then points to them. Come with me. We have work to do. As one of them takes a long, loving look at the ale and turns. And Heinrich and his guards exit through the main doors, shutting them behind them. Anyway, so as they go, Jarno leans in and goes, "Are they okay? They're not evil?"
They're fine.
Seems like they
They're
were
not
fooled as
quite
much
fine.
as we were.
It was only out of loyalty to the.
As I said, there was a doppelganger involved.
Tricksy fellows
Probably
they
didn't
are,
realise.
tricksy fellows.
They probably didn't realise what was going on right under them. So.
I had one of those trying to
They've had
impersonate
enough.
my boss once. Horrible. Really hard to explain. Strange creatures. Well, it looks like we've got a lot of work to do. And that's where we're going to take a break.
Okay.
Cool.
So,
Cool.
5-minute break, grab drinks, blah, 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 toilet breaks, blah, 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 and we'll bring back in a second.
Cool.
My bum hurts.
Man, I have so many trust issues.
Yeah.
We have an evil DM who instills them in us. That's why.
Is this a plot wrapped in an enigma, wrapped in a conspiracy,
Wrapped in a
wrapped in a backstabbing?
wrapped in cheese.
How was London then, Adrian?
Oh, quite nice actually.
Yeah?
Really enjoyable
shocking.
city.
Most people don't say that about London.
Yeah, it's amazing. It's huge, but you can also walk
Yeah, you
everywhere.
can.
It doesn't take long.
Yeah, no, it's actually not. Everything's close together. So as big as London is, unless you go to like the outskirts, like Greenwich or anywhere like that, it's fairly easy to get to it everywhere in London. And the underground's really good if you use that at all.
It is, yeah. We got Oyster cards from friends.
Yeah, Oyster card's the way to travel because it restricts. Like on an Oyster card, you can only get charged so much a day, no matter how much you use it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so you can only use it up to about £11, I think it is.
Oh, I will never got there.
Yeah, so if you spend £11 on an Oyster card, it will stop charging you. You could carry on going.
Oh,
So you can keep using it, but it just won't charge you more.
that's cool.
Yeah. I get a work paid for Oyster card, which is pretty good.
Oh God.
You should next time you're in the country, you should check out Edinburgh.
Edinburgh, I went there already. A friend of
Oh,
mine
you've been
works
there?
at. Yeah, a friend of mine works there at Rockstar.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, Edinburgh is really good.
Yeah, it's such a nice city.
Yeah.
I've not even been
Not
that
as
one
big.
actually.
Have you not?
No. It's on the
I
list.
hear
really
it's
good.
it's awesome in the summer when there's a lot of festivals. City's really
Yeah.
crowded, but
So
there's a lot
have
going on.
they have the tattoo festival in August, and that is amazing. It's like a live. Well, it's an arts festival, so it's not just music. So there's music, there's comedians, and loads of other stuff. But all the bars just throw street parties every night. It is absolutely brilliant.
To Edinburgh.
That sounds like a lot of fun.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'd go
Meet up in
again. I'll
Edinburgh.
probably go again because, as I said, yeah, a friend of mine lives there.
Okay. First.
He hates it, but we'll probably visit him before he leaves.
So first live session we'll do from Edinburgh, and then we all go out. Yay!
He actually also plays D&D, so it might work.
There we go. Okay,
Yeah.
Katie, you're the only problem
Oh, Lord.
child here, so you got to come over.
If somebody could sponsor me, I can get about halfway there.
Well-
I can pay for half of it.
Okay, I'll put a donation of 50p because that's what I've got at the moment.
It's not like some kind of Kickstarter. Or a
Go fund me.
yeah.
We'll get all the Twitch streamers to all the Twitch followers to join in and watch us.
Donate for Katie to come to the
Yeah.
UK to play.
Yeah. Have a live session.
Exactly.
Totally.
Be fun.
Sorry, Barbara's just woke up 2 seconds.
You can stay with one of us, so you don't need anywhere to stay. It's just the flights.
There we go. Problem solved.
And it would be our first flight ever, too, so it'd be kind of
Oh, honey,
Oh, really?
really?
fun anywhere.
You know, not even internally.
Nope.
Hashtag Alabama Life.
I've never had the money. Exactly, thank you. I've never had the money to go anywhere.
Okay, we'll do a GoFundMe. And apparently Charles doesn't want to be in the conversation anymore. Okay, we'll give Tom a second to come back and go from there.
Yeah, I got an investigation buddy now. Yeah.
He likes books and stuff.
I thought we were.
As soon as you said that, I thought, poor Ranos. He's been shoved out.
Yeah, but this is a new person. You know.
No, I'll just play the sad violin for myself. The smallest violin.
Will you play a violin?
No. You're like
You might play something else.
the dad that I like investigating stuff with. He's like
Ranos is dad.
Right.
Okay.
Basically.
Okay
We've all
then.
come to terms with that. Sopranos.
Now that
Poor little
Tom's
man's
back-
having nightmares.
Aw, poor little one.
Oh, baby.
He's got to look at Tom every day, so I'm not surprised.
Yeah, it's true.
I'm sorry, I love you really.
Ow!
I'm being
still
more
say-
mean to Tom than anyone else right at the moment. I feel really bad about it.
That's because you've stopped being mean to Danny. So
Exactly.
just
Yeah.
And it rotates, so it goes on my screen. It goes. So I've done Danny, I've done Tom. Next is Tasha, then Katie.
No. So you're already mean to me because you're mean every time I have an internet issue. So I'm just saying I'm let off.
Mean. I'm helpful every time you have an internet issue. That's like the reverse of mean.
Yeah, but then you yell at me when it happens in game, and then you get sad, and then I feel sad. I can cope with mean. I don't like when people are sad at me.
So we now to emotionally bribe Tash. Okay then, so bring us back in. Lord Jarno Albrecht has come to you to investigate the issues around the town, but has now requested your assistance with basically putting it all back together again and maintaining the peace. So, the plan here...
I will be also following him the entire time.
The plan here was to roll into a little bit of a almost like an end of game epilogue where it says it kind of ties up some of the loose bits and the story arcs and things like that you now go investigate, and then roll into I'm not monologuing, montage. Gonna need a montage. No, we're not going to roll into a montage, but a bit of a wrap up, a bit of almost an epilogue of each of the story bits that have been going on, wrap it up, and then roll you into your downtime for 2 weeks. So that was the whole idea around it.
Alrighty.
So you're going to have about 2 weeks of downtime, where you're basically bound to Corvin Town. I mean, if you wanted to go visit the gypsies, you can do so if you want to. So, I don't need it right now, but what I want you guys to think of is what you want to do for your 2 weeks downtime. So, for example, some suggestions could be Tash. You could work on your consecration of the altar and possibly practicing your longsword skills. Nira, you could work on looking at the library and study, and if you wanted to, you could even try and fix your staff. Ranos. Yes, gem's cracked in it, isn't it?
Oh.
So it's not. It's.
Well, I have mending.
It was a bit. You tried that before and it didn't quite work. You need to put a little bit more into it.
Maybe I can get the other mage to help me out.
Possibly.
Figure out how to.
Ranos, not quite sure what downtime suggestions I had for you actually. Maybe investigating some of the backstory and getting involved in the politics side of things in the town. Skaith.
I have a 13-point to-do list.
You know what? I actually believe you. Skaith, again, you can practicing. Maybe just spend every night in the tavern trying to chat to ladies. Theo, possibly you could be working on your fighter skills and moving towards that multi-class. Jump, for example, again, when you watch this, going to visit the druids and spending some more time with Vox could be a good idea for your downtime as well. So, what I'll do is after this, I will pop a thread up in the Bajigga, what's Bajigga? In the forum of what you want to do. Yep. Yeah, collecting the bow, for example. So
that's number one on the list.
If you want to keep these bits, if you want to keep your downtime bits secretive at all, feel free to drop me a private message, and that's fine as well. So a little bit of an epilogue. So, during your downtime, as instructed, Heinrich and crew head down to the Ravencrest's house. They find the door locked, and almost locked from the inside, no answer when trying to knock. They, after several very patient minutes, break down the door, finding they didn't have the key. So this is like happening right now. I mean, this is where Heinrich and his guys went, not you guys.
Oh, okay.
Breaking down the door, finding a pretty empty and lonely manor. Once was used and is fully furnished and used. However, nobody there. After much investigation, finding very much in the way of Corvin Castle, an underground crypt system laying beneath the house, containing coffins, dungeons, experiments, labs, and another very similar sacrificial altar. But the Ravencrest themselves, nowhere to be found. The only trace they were able to locate was a small underground tunnel leading out towards the east, which you surmise was probably the same tunnel used by the barmaid's sister when she initially escaped the Ravencrest's manor. You, as a group, along with Jarno, investigate the rest of the castle, and in doing so, we're now going to get rid of this map of the castle. It's going to be more of a theatre of the mind type thing, like with the town backdrops. This was purely for a combat map. You find the study. You find the servants' quarters, you find a few other small cubby holes, and you also find the castle vault with stacks and stacks and piles of gold and jewels. As you look at it, money, dollar signs in your eyes, Yano reminds you that this is probably the tax money from the town. However, you are welcome to look for any interesting items that you do find.
Yep. Magic. Check for magic.
You only find 2 items of any real value to you, unfortunately, in this vault of treasures. You find a strange cloak. Camouflages itself and shifts in the light. It's quite Yano quite easily identifies this as a cloak of elven kind, not a cloak of the bat. Sorry, Danny. He also picks up a strange mandolin, beautifully made, handcrafted of carved wood, and reveals this. After a quick identification spell, he reveals this to be a thing. He reveals the Knaith mandolin. A legendary bardic instrument, which are now.
Instantly look at Renos. Be like,
That's what it
So
does.
this is sort of like a hitting weapon, right? You just hit it and it makes noise.
Clang, clang.
Natasha destroys.
And also a cloak of elven kind.
Oh my god.
Shit. That's cool.
wow.
And the cloak of
That's
elven
really
kind is
cool.
in there for you as well, Skaith. We're assuming Skaith get it.
So no bagpipes of stealth
The-
for you.
They're not going in the team loot because I'm assuming you guys are just going to take them.
They're just going. I've opened up the magical item cards. Do with them what you will. Apart from that, in the vault, you find a handful of potions and things like that. Potions of healing, a few other potions. There's a few invisibility ones, and I'll give you the full vault breakdown later on. And also, obviously, large sums of gold and platinum and silver. Which, again, Yano, very
Not
nice.
touching any of that.
He goes, no.
Not,
I know it looks good, guys, but not ours.
not touching any of
Just
it.
one piece? One?
No.
One?
No.
One?
No.
Half of one? Tiny one?
He slaps away your hand. He hits the gauntlet and goes, ah! Oh,
Johanna? Johanna, dear. That belongs to the people, not us.
I
They
didn't.
decide to pay us for helping them?
I'm sure there's a reward
I
here
was-
down the road
I know it's not
Or,
ours. I was
at least
just asking.
for expenses.
I'm sure the lords will compensate you.
I spent a lot of money on potions, and I'm
And
going
we
to
got
spend
some
so
back.
much more. I know.
Indeed.
Got some back.
You spend some time after the vaults, well, probably before the vaults. You venture down again into the labyrinth where you first encountered Grigory, and find no Grigory. You spend quite some time navigating the large labyrinth below the castle, finding the cave entrance that Logan once mentioned to you, covered in heavy metal bars, and in closer inspection you can also see silvered ones. You can see 2 bloody handprints sat on the bars, but the bars themselves are in place and locked.
How
Further
fresh is
in-
the blood?
Sorry?
How fresh is the blood? Was it like
Pretty
stable?
fresh. When you get to it, it's pretty fresh. As you explore the labyrinth, you see you find upon a broken piece of labyrinth wall that opens up into a natural cavern system, descending deeper into the ground. Unfortunately, it has been covered by cave-in and is currently impassable.
Well,
But it assumes that Grigory has escaped further deep, has broken out of his prison, further down into the ground. Unsure of his location. Over the next few weeks, Heinrich, Jarno, Logan, and yourselves will work with the townspeople to bring order, to break the news to them, to bring order to the town, and assure everything's going to be all right. But we'll come back to that after your 2 weeks of downtime. Has anyone got any other questions about things you had outstanding? And Thero, you get your bow.
library.
So
I
I
want
wanna-
to go to.
Just
I want to do something at the gypsy camp too, if they're still there.
that's fine. So is it anything major or minor?
Well, it's probably a role play thing.
Okay.
Then-
that's fine. So Jomp decides you venture out towards the gypsy camp as a group a few days after during this period, and you find the gypsy camp is packing up and preparing to leave. What would you like to do?
First of all, are they all okay? Did
They are fine. They all seem in high spirits and very happy as they pack away their tents, their wagons and caravans. They seem unharmed, and rather content with themselves.
Well, since we knew that there were guards sent after them, can we ask what happened?
You are told no guards found their way here.
Interesting.
Where are they off to now?
Travelling south, continue on their trades. The forest no longer requires their protection, and they decided to keep on their travels. However, Vox at this point pipes up, still whittling away at his creatures, and he informs you that he plans to stick around for a bit. He's not confident that the magic and the darkness around this area is fully dissipated, and would like to remain behind.
We'll be here
In the
working on
town,
that a little bit as well.
In the town, if possible, to assist and do what he can to help.
I'd say he's welcome.
And Theo, you get your +1 buy.
Are they going to be sticking to the forest, like in general, or are they going to be?
They'll be heading down the road and carrying on as they go.
Okay. If so,
Mm-hmm.
when they're going to go and talk to gypsies,
Yep.
I'm going to walk
Yep.
15-20 minutes into the forest myself.
Okay.
Going to stealthily do it, do hood up and everything away from everyone else.
Uh-huh.
And
Well, you can put this in your downtime if you want.
oh no, it's going to be because I'm going to take out
Yep.
Zizi
Okay.
and go, you could easily have died on me, and your life consists of a pocket. It's no way to treat an animal. I think this place could be nice for you. And I'm gonna drop ZZ.
You put them on the ground.
Become king of the jungle.
As you turn
Sure.
to walk away, you can hear a footstep. His little footsteps or on the floor following you.
I'm gonna pull out one of my magic arrows, and I know he loves them, so I'm gonna flick it over his head to make him look on head, put up the hood, and then walk away.
You see him. He runs off, grabs the arrow, he starts jumping on it, and he turns around. You can see he looks around.
How could you monster?
And then he wanders off into the brush.
You monster.
You left him an arrow. Like that's.
He's left him alone.
I wonder if he's going to be Wilbur.
Okay, so
I say come home.
and you head back. So
Single tear comes down.
so that is so again we'll bring into the downtime and stuff. If anyone's got any questions or anything that happens in there, we can pick it up in the next 2 weeks as we conclude the downtime. But yeah, you're going to have your evil Theo. As we'll pick that kind of stuff up in the next 2 weeks. So, what the plan now? Obviously, as you know, as per the schedule, is we're going to have 2 weeks of BT. While the
So happy to bring this character back. You guys have no idea.
Oh, that'd be so great. So
while
great.
all this
I
downtime
know,
happens. So
I can't play next week though. Really annoying.
Unfortunate.
Uh-oh.
Where are you next week?
I
Somewhere fun?
may be preparing for an interview on the Thursday, so I need an evening to prepare because I've got work in between.
No commitment.
Maybe. I don't know if I have it yet, so I don't know.
Okay, well, do let me know. And good luck if you do go. So, what was I going to say? So the B team, the original idea for the B team, that when I was bringing it into the world, was the idea was they would finish up either the Raven Crest or the Grigory storylines, but it didn't really make too much sense the way it was going to go. It didn't. After several discussions, it didn't quite feel right. So the idea for the B team is basically currently completely separate. The B team will be a already known a well-travelled adventure group of level 5 of equal strength to you guys, and you will be doing a little bit of a murder mystery hunt down the bad guys adventure in Waterdeep.
Awesome.
Unfortunately, if you have watched the Sunday game back, there are parts it's going to be slightly similar to that, but it's purely because I don't have enough time to write all that content, so I'm borrowing bits from other games, basically. But that's what we were doing for about... the idea, hopefully, will last for 2 weeks, and then it will bring it back to what we do, back to the normal game in 2 weeks' time.
We're also tying in this game to elements that the original canon group did. We're kind of reusing bits of it.
Yeah, like I said, we'll be reusing bits. So, that's all I can think of right now. Has anyone got any questions or anything they want to talk about at this point? I know I do feel bad because that was very much a wrap-up ending kind of thing of some of the stuff that was going on, but trust me, that's going to be brought back to later. One of the things, so all the things you asked for in B Team were either things that are already coming, or stuff that you can't do in 2 episodes. You can't do the Underdark in 2 episodes, for example.
We got it.
However, Grigory may have escaped towards the Underdark, and you may have to go get him one day. So there's the Underdark.
We may run into him.
Jump
Asked
for some people asked for a swashbuckling coastal and boat adventure. That's coming soon. So actually, that brings me to a good point. Actually, I need to know what you guys are going to do. This is kind of on the spoilers and metagaming stuff, but I need to know the direction you guys are heading so that I can write the content. Because right now, after you finish this story bit, there is no more. As a word, there isn't another story arc to follow this.
Well, we have penciled in ideas for a number of different plots, but we haven't actually fleshed any of them out yet.
So yeah, basically the idea of what happens next is following up on personal backstories and doing minor personal arc. This is kind of just there'll be minor meta spoilers in this, but the idea is following up on personal story arcs. Probably get about 2 of those done before resuming back to a new story arc. So we're going to story arc, a little bit of downtime, personal arc, story arc again. That's the rough idea of what we're looking at, and possibly story bits will develop out of those personal arcs. Obviously, there's 6.
Depends on what is found in the studies and shit like that, and there's also Yom's backstory with his mom writing the letter, all cryptic.
That's it.
So I think that's would be priority.
What I'm expecting. So again, what's going to happen at the beginning of the first session back after the downtime is everyone's going to Waterdeep to probably meet with the Council of Lords to work out what happens next. And
maybe even the B team.
And maybe in the beating, but also obtain your just rewards as well. So the idea being is you will all be probably at the start of the next time we kick off. You will all be in the city of Waterdeep. Logically, geographically, that to me puts the stories would be Johanna's and Jumps. So those are the ones we've been looking at the moment. But again, if that's where logically, that's where the next kind of the 2 personal arcs would be done. Would be those 2. But again, if everyone has a burning desire of I want to do this thing, or you guys don't want to do that, then just let me know. We've got the Skype chat. We've got plenty of time to discuss this. So have a think about it.
Well, just throwing things out there. Is there any burning things that you might want to do that maybe we haven't thought of?
Burning as in?
As in, well, things that you say, I want to go off and do that, and we go, well, we haven't thought of that one. So, individually, you have anything to volunteer, folks?
On my
That's
side,
something that
everything I want to
probably
do
be
is
accomplished with the downtime. So
Yeah, I think
I've
they've
got
got
some
their
points,
downtime,
but they might tie into other things
That's all right.
that might be happening.
I'll review bits of what's going on. So, sorry, brain kicked on. So the idea of where I'm thinking, I'm not pushing you towards, but my suggestion would be probably picking up Johanna and John's backstories next. Would be the idea.
I think we already talked about that.
I
The
think
last 2 to 3 sessions.
there was
Maybe
a
after you left.
possibly. I had to dash quite quickly at the last 2. So. That's the idea behind it. Again, I'm not trying to railroad you guys, but it becomes very difficult to flesh out and create all the content for 6 separate stories that you may only
Really?
that you're not going to
I
do.
can't sell that. I
Yeah.
thought it'd be easy, Nathan.
It's only like an
I
afternoon's
think you're
worth of
making
work.
stuff up, you know.
You know.
It's-
Yeah.
What about the whole other stuff we wanted to do during the downtime? Are we going to do that next session, or is that something
So
we
the
do
downtime
today?
is basically going to happen if you can say, this is what you drop me a message of, this is what I want to do for my downtime during that 2 weeks, and I'll do at the beginning of the next session. I'll do a bit of a recap of what happened during the downtime and what happened, basically. So if you say I want to go and study the library and find out this, it'll be like, okay, this is what you found out, and stuff like that. It's going to be very much. Say if Johanna says I want to go and consecrate the temple and learn this, and you go, okay, we'll go back and roll. This happened, that happened, this happened, kind of thing. So it's going to be more of a overview of what happened during the downtime. But it'll probably take a good hour of that session to go through all that kind of stuff, and then we
Thera
kick
could
off. Come on.
Just thinking, Thera could possibly try and track down some more veterans should he wish to.
Yeah, so if you wanted to speak to more war veterans about what was going on, it's a good idea. And stuff like that. So that's what I'm thinking for the way the downtime's going to run and how that's going to look. If you want to do more, we can have outside of game conversations over Skype or something like that.
If we have stuff right now, I mean, it's 10. Do we want to finish early today?
Personally, it would be better for me because I get up in 8 hours. No, I get up in 7.5 hours.
I did this last weekend, and trust me, I had the worst day ever. I got up at 4:30 in the morning, left home at 5:30, left this. I was at an Auto Trader office in Manchester.
Yeah.
I left there at 4:15. No, sorry, 4:45. Got stuck in traffic on the M6 at 4 o'clock and didn't get home until 4:30 in the morning.
It's horrible, man.
Sounds awesome, yeah.
Yeah. No, mine's not that bad.
That's
but
that's that British traffic you were talking about, Adrian. You jinxed it, 'cause we literally talked about it like 2 days before. Like, you jinxed
Yeah.
it.
yeah.
I
Unfortunately,
went up for 8 hours. I went 4 miles.
I'm on the early shift tomorrow, which is actually going to be handing over from you tomorrow, Charles, in the morning, because you're going to work after this, aren't you? Yeah. So Charles goes to work after this, and I take over from him in the morning. So yes, unfortunately, as I said at the beginning of the session, probably maybe a slightly shorter session, because reasons. I'm old and I need my beauty sleep. So, if anyone's got anything
Doesn't work,
burning,
mate.
yeah.
Well,
Wait
mine
a
can be
minute.
handled through downtime.
Yeah. So, we can talk about this outside of game as well. Obviously, you can PM me. We can talk on Skype, etc., etc. But the downtime, a lot of the time, you'll be a big chunk of the time during this 2 weeks, you'll be assisting Yano with what he's doing, cataloguing stuff, talking to townspeople, helping maintain order, and also kind of cementing yourselves as people of note within the city as well.
Group.
Yes.
Except group name now.
So you are Ignium Seat,
Yeah.
those that saved the town from potential destruction. So you will be famous, brave, known adventurers,
And
etc.
Yano is pretty powerful. He's got to think of him as minister without portfolio.
So he'll be doing stuff as well. I think he's probably I'll go through that in more detail later, but you don't have to walk to Waterdeep, don't worry. So yeah. Any burning questions or issues right now?
And soon I get to take on more NPCs in Somova.
Yeah. I mean,
Cool.
if you haven't guessed, the idea is Somova probably becomes maybe your base of operations going forwards. I mean, it depends what the rewards you get from the lords, I guess, but
Sky ship.
I can't give you a sky ship, but I can give you something pretty cool.
Yeah,
See how
ship.
good your diplomacy is.
You can get a tiny paper zeppelin. I'll
All
tell you
those
what,
paper lanterns with the
Chinese
light in.
little Chinese. You can have Chinese lanterns, yeah. But yeah, you get in.
Suddenly Renault starts singing Tangled.
In 3 weeks' time, you'll find out what your exact rewards are. Apart from the loot of the obsidian longsword, the knaith, I can't pronounce that properly, mandolin, the elven cloak. I think, in terms of balance, everyone's pretty much kitted out now.
I know, I'm slightly happy about the wand.
The wand is pretty
So,
much.
sorry, my bow, is it +1 bow?
It's just a standard +1 bow, yeah. So basically, it's like
I
you're
thought it
using
was gonna
magic
get-
arrows all the time.
I thought it was
Yeah.
going to get better because I took the string as well as the wood.
Well, it's kind of both of them together became to it. You never know, there might be more to it that you have to unlock. Lastly, minor
Just be
spoilers.
greedy.
Do I say this? I'll give you something to look forward to as well. Something I've stolen from my other DM's game is I may have mentioned it before, is the idea of artifact items. Personalised items to you that you gain by a certain means, which, as you use them, unlock additional abilities and gaining strength.
Nice.
So, for example, in the game that I'm a player as, my fighter, I have a pair of pit fighter gloves of legend, which give me a few abilities. I get a taunt, basically taunt everything in the room. I get additional charges of second wind and other things like that. Our barbarian allows him to use a whirlwind attack, for example, and hit everything around him. And stuff like that. So those are some of the items I might be bringing into the game at some point.
So like the vestiges.
Kind of, yeah, mini vestiges to a degree.
Baby vestiges.
Baby vestiges.
Well, the whirlwind doesn't sound baby, but yeah.
Oh no, it is ridiculous. This guy's got a +1 magic axe, and he runs fucking reckless great weapon master attacks on like 4 people at once. He does like fucking 89 points of damage around if he hits everything. It's
Sounds
ridiculous.
It's a ranger ability, isn't it? Whirlwind attack.
You can do your like volley of arrows type thing, but yeah. So that's some of the few guys that are probably coming in the future, depending on how well you do to look forward to.
I'm using my inventory to keep track of the charges on the missile, the wand, because I already have 2 other things I have to keep track of.
I think you can add more.
So if it looks like I have 7 wands of magic missile, that's why.
That's fine. I think you can add more to it. If I look.
Can I?
Yeah, so there's a little plus symbol under the resources bit. So if you're looking at class
Oh,
and
yes, I see
other
that.
resources, you
Okay,
can add
okay,
more
I got
to
it
it.
now. I got it now. Got it. Thank you.
That's alright. So. Damn. Oh,
So now I can do more damage without having to spend the spell slot. I love it.
suddenly you know, oh god, that does so much damage. I regret doing this immediately.
That was ultimate damage.
That was max damage of 20 around.
Nice.
Damn. Good thing it's not cursed.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. because
Anyway.
creepy
Yeah.
obsidian things I never cursed.
No.
The more you use it,
Nathan, quick question. Do
Yes,
I say to hide in that, do I have to be completely out of vision, or does it camouflage me like in partial cover?
We'll assess on the situation. So if you're out in the middle of the field,
You're probably
no. If there's something you might be able to hide behind or blend into, possibly. We'll
Yeah.
ask and we'll assess on the situation.
It's on more of a case of sort of like shooting. It's like if I was hiding from someone, and I want them to like walk past me.
Well,
Possibly.
I would imagine it works very similar to the Hobbit's cloak in Lord of the Rings.
Yeah.
Yeah. you can kind of go. You think of it like that.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Hope you guys enjoyed that little wrap up. Like I said, that's what it was designed to be, a little wrap up of the end thing. Because that's all the stuff I wanted to do at the end of the last A-Team session. Obviously, didn't have enough time for it. So that's why things have fallen as they have. So. I will leave you guys to it. I'm going to go and pass out and fall asleep. If anyone needs anything, or
I got another game to go play, guys.
you do, yes.
I missed everything last week. Gotta get back in it.
Yeah. So I'll put a forum thread up tomorrow or something about the downtime stuff, and just give me an idea of what you want to do. And I may contact you out of game, or we may have a little bit of the B team when we talk about it anyway. But yeah, those of you who haven't put a description of your characters in the B team thread, it'd be useful if you could do so, because the idea is you guys have been travelling together for a little while, like the A team has. So the idea is you know a bit about each other, looks, personalities, a little bit of your backstory and history.
Okay.
Yeah, I've got mine to put up. I'll
Can I,
get that done this week.
Yep. Yes, Charles?
Can I put in a request for, as the C team was meant to be canon, it might be interesting to have some of their stories that we might conceivably have them pop up in Tales.
Possibly. I mean, maybe. I mean,
Well, we're not promising anything, but it's something which, well, I like continuity, and if Nathan lets me, I'll do it.
I've already talked about Lauren because I didn't play him very well because I was very stressed about planning it. But I fell in love with Lauren, and I really want to use them.
Charles, if you want to create a C team thread where people can post information about their C team, please do, and you can do that. I'm going to take that one as I won't be doing that because I've got enough to do as it is. So that's there.
My backstory for the C-Team character I actually carried over from the last game I had her in. That's going to be really interesting to try to fit that in there.
Okay.
Well.
And the last thing, one more thing on the B team is, again, it's meant to be a little bit of fun during the downtime. There probably will be a little bit silly. Some of the characters are a little strange. For example, like an Adrian soul golem, a cat person, and stuff like that. So while it is, it's semi-canon. So the stuff that you guys do will probably be canon in the universe, and the people that you meet will be canon. But it is a bit of fun. It's a bit of a mess around, so don't take it too seriously.
I did make it a little easier on you because she's the last of her kind.
Yes, I did read that.
Don't be expecting any more of them.
That's useful. So, I mean, in terms of background and integrate, this is not going to be like your normal session. It's not going to be a case of heavily integrated backstory. This is basically just an extended one-shot at this point. It's a two-shot.
So ruining the illusion.
Give us a chance to try out something else.
Gives you a chance to try other characters, play test out ideas, have a bit of fun, and mess around, and do some other stuff. There'll be a bit of sleuthing, there'll be a bit of RPing, there'll be a bit of a dungeon crawl in there. It was basically my first D&D session type kind of thing. So, yeah.
And my comment on the other stories and things, it's if we see something which happens to tie in with something we're already doing, we might fit it into it, but that's about the extent of it.
Yeah, I mean, we're already working on all of your backstories and stuff. We have the idea for most of them, 2 fleshed out, 1 or 2 not quite as much. It reminds me, I do need to talk to Tom at one point about something.
One quick clarification.
Yes.
B team is like tangent with the A team group, right?
Yes.
Kind of. They've been alive about the same amount of time.
Yeah,
stuff like that.
they've been doing
Okay.
stuff around the world, similar kind of stuff to this. Maybe not as epic, but they've been dicking around and
They're
doing
like
some
a
stuff.
less well-known version of us.
Yeah.
Well, I'd say we're the less well-known version of them.
These are all
They're
very
already-
heroic adventurers who've saved kings and castles and didn't kill them all.
Killed kings and castles more like so much easier, much more fun.
So that's what it's going to be. So yeah, the stuff that you do
Okay.
will be canon. Like I said, it's some of the stuff that did happen already in the Sunday game, which was kind of canon in the world already, kind of. So if that makes any sense, but
It's mostly just me trying to come up for a reason why they're all extinct.
that's
and I
fine.
was thinking, oh, there was an orc war 20 years ago. That could help.
That's, I mean, convenient plot points.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Any questions about B Team from anybody?
That was it.
I'm just happy to go and play again. To be
My,
honest.
B, I just
so
my
excited
my
about
aim
your-
is for my B team character just to be as different from Zero as possible.
Exactly. Yeah.
Like
To be honest,
that's been the
kind of
whole
what-
aim.
So he's able to hit things,
gonna be an ass.
good at tracking.
Me and Kira are gonna be best mates in this
I'm
game.
just looking forward to the traditional heroic misunderstanding where the two parties meet each other and try and kill each other.
I've got one
like
who's
to think
chaotic good
all
and one who's
superheroes
lawful
do-
evil. They're complete opposites of each other. Johanna is going to hate Elsie.
That's going to be quite interesting.
And Elsie would try and hit on Johanna a lot.
The idea was, so my original intention for the B Team, which I did scrap in the end, but we were sticking on to, was the original idea was your B Team at level 3 were going to be hired by your A Team to finish off some of the loose ends. That was the original plan. So that's why they were going to go and do Grigory and probably the Ravencrest stuff. But I
But
thought
it got. We wouldn't hire that out. We
the
could
way-
do it ourselves.
the way it turned out, I don't think it would have worked too well. So that's why it didn't happen that way. But that was the original plan of you were going to be hiring this lesser known, weaker bunch of basically mercs to go and do your work for you while you sort
I was
it
gonna
out.
say what would be awesome is if our A team started like a mercenary band, and then our B team could just be like another offshoot of our mercenary band.
Yes, a franchise.
We could start
Yeah.
a franchise.
I like
That'd
that
be
idea.
really cool.
I'm already involved in one kind of group. I'm not going to go and join another one.
That
Hero,
was
Hero's sort of go buys himself a pub and puts a Mercs for Us sign on it.
Wife says I have to.
but yeah,
Band of the
And,
Badger.
you know,
Like, our team name could be something different, but our mercenary band could be Band of the Badger.
sounds good to me. And you start your own enterprise. But that was your original idea. However, after a few discussions and chats about what was going to happen, which didn't quite plan out as I thought with this session, but you know what it's like. Not everything goes as you want it to go, in terms of especially time-wise, because I mean we could have done another 2 sessions going after Grigory or dealing with the Ravencrest, because the Ravencrest was a proper dungeon crawl type thing as well, which would have taken ages. But that content might pop up somewhere else.
Yeah, we also decided that if you went into the Underdark in level 3, you wouldn't come out again.
That too. The hunt for Grigory and the Underdark following him. That was one of the reasons we went up to level 5. But things happened, stuff went weird, and it just didn't feel right.
Well, shall we say that you've already been in some of the very topmost layer of the Underdark with the Hydra?
Yeah, and I remember how well that went.
Hey, I was perfectly
We-
suited
we-
for that because I'm resistant to lightning. So
We beat that Hydra
if anyone
pretty
was gonna
badly.
fight it,
You did. I fudged the
I am
combat.
literally covering myself.
I fudged the combat so hard on that, so I didn't kill you. Honestly, I think I only used about 50% of my attack rolls during that fight. Otherwise, you would have been annihilated.
Oh yeah, Hydra should have killed us. What were we level 3?
You were level 3, taking on
Yep.
a fully grown cave hydra, which ended up with about I think it was about 9 heads, which is 9 attacks per round, obviously.
we
So
did quickly find out that fire keeps him from regenerating. So as long
Indeed.
as I can hit it with
Well,
a firebolt,
you
then
should.
we're good.
That firebolt that you technically missed with, that kind of grazed it and did a little bit of damage. I mean, I can only pour so much fudge onto the mix.
Yeah. Or it's stop fudge.
Before it's just like fuck it, rules out. It's like on the Monday group. I nearly TPK'd them in like the 3rd fucking
that.
session.
I saw. I
Oh.
was there for.
I know, I saw you in the chat. I was like, no, this one hides. Oh, and that one you have advantage on for no reason, so you don't die. As I kill off a bunch of level 2s with ghosts. Because they almost all died to a pit trap. There was an acrobatics check to get over a pit trap. 5 out of 6 people failed the check and all landed in the fucking pit.
The other one jumped in after.
And then the guy just said, "Oh, is this what we're doing?" and jumped in. They all, just after they finished the short rest and regained all their HP, they all took about 10 points of damage each from falling in the pit and nearly died. And then went to Fort Nothic and a Spectre and a room full of shadows. Because no, fuck it, we don't need health to do fights. Oh.
To be honest, only the bottom 1 or 2 should have taken damage.
Well, it was quite light.
The other ones just push them down more.
Well, I thought about that one, but at the
They
bottom,
take extra damage for the ones landing on them.
at the bottom was the squishy rogue, and he probably would have died after Charles's fucking heavily armoured dwarf fell on him, like it's some kind of metallic fat meteor just driving from the ground.
Do you play a character in that game? Do you?
I do.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Charles is a full-on player in that game.
Is there anyone else from
door.
the
Really
other game,
door.
from the other Sunday group?
Only Corey, who was playing
And everyone hates him for no reason.
He's playing the grumpy
Grumpy Old Man.
Well-
witch hunter character who can't hit anything.
Yes, he's had more natural ones in 3 sessions than I've ever seen. This
I don't know.
We did have another Corey who constantly got 20s in
Yeah,
Yeah.
he was
absence.
really good. What happened to him? But yeah,
Mystery for the ages.
Okay.
I mean, no, you might. I was gonna say you might go past him, but you won't
Yeah.
because you're not going to walk past him. So,
In our defence of the dungeon crawl, I think I was going to, after we'd hit the Spectre, I was saying, okay, right, we've had enough, and then bloody wandered off. No, let's find some more things. Okay.
more loot.
Yeah.
You know, ballsy level 2s. At least people in that group know that are not immortal now. As at one
You
point
guys
they,
almost died.
at
Chill
one
out.
point, 3 of them down. One person with 2 death saves and 2 death failures, on the verge of actually completely dying after fudging the combat.
I think the start of the next game, assuming we can actually get out of the thing, we don't fall down a trap and kill ourselves on the way out, is going to be right. Let's work out what we did wrong and not do it again.
I'm half tempted
Everything.
I'm half tempted
Everything.
to point them all at the secret entrance at the other end of the cave that everybody's missed, even though it was in their vision range. Especially Mooney, you can see across the entire map. So that's a safe exit. Go through there. It's like I'm gonna have a fucking landing strip, neon lights going this way to safety.
They just need to take one of those slabs from the top of the sarcophagi and just lay it across the pit trap. They have a bridge.
See, this is the kind of ideas that we need in the other game. Take notes,
Come on,
Charles.
guys.
Notes.
Come on.
I'll inform our wizard.
That's what I was thinking the whole time. I'm like, that was.
You should have said.
3 minutes.
Are they all new?
There
I
are most
think
of them.
the
moves.
sarcophagi wouldn't be quite big enough, but it is a valid point. We might be able to at least put something in the bottom with a ramp to get out.
Yeah.
There were many options to it, apart from everyone trying to scoot around it. Andrew, with the rogue, when I was NPCing, was at work. Just like got the stream on in the background, and he's sending me messages on Skype, going, "What are you doing to my character?" As I'm making him jump across pits and fall to his death. It was quite fun.
I think for future reference, if we're climbing round something, we won't all do it at once, which was your doing.
Okay, so what I did there was group check. The idea was if the bad rolls would be evened out by the good ones, like in a group
But there
stealth
was no
roll.
good ones.
But they were all
Is
shit.
this like our poison resistance?
Yeah, it was like your
Yeah.
con saves if you all just
It
went
was like
down.
the con. It was almost exactly like the con saves, except nobody survived the con saves.
Like with the group stealth check, it's like, okay, even if one person gets like a 4 or a 5, if most people get above a 10, it evens out, and on average you have a decent score. That was the idea with the acrobatics check to get over. It's just that everybody sucked at the same time. So it wouldn't matter if you'd gone one by one. Just everyone still would have fallen into the pit.
Yes, but more importantly, we wouldn't have all been down there at the same time with no one to get us out.
Yeah, but this one was funnier. I got you out again.
It made for a funny story moment.
Exactly. It doesn't matter if it's realistic as long as it's funny. And on that note, I am going to go. So thank you very much, guys. Hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you in 1 week's time as we introduce the B team. Bye bye.
See you then.
It was fun. It was so much fun.
Bye.
Bye.
I know, right?
Ah.